In part two, we'll start by checking your answers on these 6 problems. Let's see, label the sides with respect to angle E. So let's see, here's angle E. And I know opposite this right angle is that hypotenuse. Okay, the longest side. And then the side opposite will be opposite this angle E here, which is side FG. And that leaves us with the adjacent side over here at EF. Okay. Remember, you can pause this at any time, or if you don't understand and need some clarification, just call me over. I'll help you. With respect to angle X over here, down on the bottom, of course, these two sides are the legs. This is the hypotenuse opposite that right angle. Opposite this angle X is over here, side WY. That's the opposite side of this angle. It's opposite that angle. And that makes this side WX the adjacent. Number 3, with respect to angle T up here, we start with our hypotenuse. The side opposite angle T is over here, side AP, and that makes side TP the adjacent side with respect to angle T. And number 4, here's opposite this right angle is our hypotenuse, side EF. With respect to angle E, mark it here, opposite angle E is this side, so here's our side opposite the angle. That makes side EG the adjacent side. These last two are a little different. If they were already labeled like this, with respect to which angle are they labeled? Okay. So I can see if this is the opposite leg, then they're labeled with respect to the angle that is opposite this leg here, or this side, which is this angle right here, J. So these are labeled with respect to angle J. Next one, again I look for that opposite side or opposite leg here. And then I know they're labeled with respect to the angle that is opposite it. That's why this is called the opposite side, because it's opposite this angle right here. So these are labeled with respect to angle Y. Okay, again, if you got any questions, let me know. You'll get some of those questions on your quizzes and tests. Next, we have where we actually set up the ratio with lengths of sides in this example. It says find the sine, cosine, and tangent of angle A and angle B over here. So again, you have your definition. Sine is the side opposite over the hypotenuse. So the first step in all these type of trig problems is to label your side with respect to the angle you're using. So these first 3 we're using angle A, so we're going to label them with respect to angle A here. So we've got our hypotenuse over here on this side across from that right angle. And then opposite this angle A is this side over here, CB, because it's opposite angle A. Now when we do angle B for these problems, we're going to end up switching these sides in a minute. But right now, with respect to angle A in these first 3 problems, they're labeled like this. So the sine of angle A is the side opposite, which is 5, over the hypotenuse, which its length is 13, 5 over 13. Now this doesn't reduce. To check with your calculator, you're going to put in 5 divided by 13 and then hit the math fraction button, and it'll reduce the fraction if it needs to be. If you need any help with that, let me know. The cosine is the side adjacent. Well, it's 12 over here over the hypotenuse, which is still 13. And then the tangent is the side opposite, which is 5 over the side adjacent, which is 12. And none of these reduce. Again, you can use your calculator to help with that. Now when we go to the sine of, and when we do the trig functions with respect to angle B, sine of B, cosine of B, and tangent of B, we got to label them with respect to B, angle B here. And so the opposite and adjacent sides switch places. So the opposite is now over here. This is opposite the angle, since it's B now. And that makes this other side the adjacent. The hypotenuse is always the hypotenuse. So now we look, opposite angle B is the 12 side, and the hypotenuse is 13, 12 over 13. The adjacent side now is the 5 side over the hypotenuse, which is 13. And then the tangent opposite, which is 12 with respect to angle B, and adjacent 5. So there's those problems. Now you'll go ahead and do the quick check problems, and we'll be able to check them in the next video. Good luck with those. That's the end of part 2.